Teddy will pick up the player of the game on Ashe. Carry is what is said after picking up that first kill in the enemy jungle. Information with the hawk shot.
You know what Carrier can do. And it enables so much. And this is interesting because an early LeBlanc, I think, should be counted.
Don't mind the cannon being utilized here, as it worked out quite well for Canna in game. We need to have one of those. Crossbows are underrepresented, as here is the Aphelios, and the Braum comes in.
I think the Braum's really nice into the top side of Sandbox. Picking Braum into Fresh specifically feels a lot less nice. It's, you know, 82%, that's...
Certainly not the 100% that it was, you know.
Also team fight, especially with the Fresh.
Fate in a bit of trouble. Sidesteps absolutely everything, though, as they do manage to get the concussive blows, but Fate's like, nah, Croco looking to make his way in. But no more face breakers available, and the showstopper not there just yet. Just to let you guys know, the stats that we're showing for these matchups and things like that is based on the summer season, as Fate might just die here. One more auto, the flash, but the auto is already in the air, and Faker will get the first blood solo kill this time around.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, Fed LeBlanc can also skew an entire game, as we're going to watch Faker navigate this one. And it's sidestep into, lands the chain, skirts it past the
미리 잡았고 미리 노플 뭐하노
got mid.
나이스!
No flash. What are you doing? That's what he said at the end there.
나 6분에 공부.
Very aggressively postured here on the bottom side of the map on Live Sandbox. They know that Faker and Owner are both out of position, and Prince is just dead. Carrier going to be able to stand beside his jungler, and Teddy moves out of the turret.
And they might even get Shelly.
Yeah, okay. Got a bit of a teleport coming through here from the keystone of Carrier. So he's going to turn up. Canna's going to have to flash away pretty early, though, as Carrier's going to surprise them by popping towards this Baron pit. Now moving potentially away as Croco. Moonlight Vigil going completely wide. The Moonfall, I tell a lie, is now Summit. He's going to have to get out of there. T1 immediately on top of him, though, as Canna just blocking the rest of Liv Sandbox out of the area. He will sacrifice himself for it as Faker just watches as the hook doesn't connect. And now he's got his cooldowns back. Heartbreaker comes forward. Effort going to be taken down. And now it's just the resets to come through. Faker collects another kill, and Sandbox are falling apart.
You get surprised by, of all things, the teleport from the Braum, which, that's a shocker.
That certainly broke my brain at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, it did. And here you see the value of the pressure that Faker was able to have in that lane, right? Because he's able to get that kill, you're able to get bot side vision control, you're able to get the shove. And because you get the shove, even with a relatively minor wave getting thrown down into an AD carry that has decent wave clear, they don't have time to clear the wave, right? So the 4-man dive is successful. And then Croco, if you're able to hit the ultimate, you might be fine, but honestly would have liked for him to wait a little bit longer. Not quite coordinated with Summit, because Summit's Nars have been so good. And if you can combo that, you can win this fight. You see even here, it's relatively close. If that hook hits on Faker, that might turn it around, but instead they overchase. And that's where the power of the Viego de LeBlanc and the Braum really shines.
Yeah, as soon as one domino falls down, it's just so easy for T1 to follow it through. Pretty happy about his decision, already reaping the rewards. The Flame Trumpers just tell Teddy to move away, and he's going to say, all right. As now, he's just looking to kill Prince underneath this turret. Moonlight Vigil is going to miss. Good sidestep there from Prince, as Teddy is going to take a turret shot, but still wins out on the trade, as now Summit is dead here on the top side of the map. Goodbye.
I don't think that's a great place to be for Sandbox.
Yeah, I think that if T1 have showed us anything, it's been pretty clean, the play around their positioning, and this wasn't for Summit, unfortunately.
Does FTP.
Yep, Slicing Maelstrom is available. There's no stopwatch here for Canna or anything like that, so this is dangerous, and that teleport that you were talking about certainly comes on in. The special delivery of the cannon, he keeps himself alive for quite some time, but the face break is good. Croco gonna find the Moonfall, but it's not going to be enough to save his life, as now Faker actually moving the other way, just playing the do-si-do here with Liv Sandbox as Summit gets into angry mode, but it is going to be about Faker just trying to run them around. The Haymaker comes through, the Gnar is avoided, and Faker is going to take his time moving back to this one, and he knows that he can make this a 1v1 on either side, but still not enough funny business available.
Yeah, that's not worth at all. You lost mid-turret, and you're going to lose plates here. Might even get dove. Owner is in the area.
Yeah, Teddy's got those close-range guns as well, feeling pretty good about that.
An advantage. You just need to not be behind.
Oh,
but when
Prince almost explodes. The chains are still connected. It's not quite enough damage just yet here for Faker.
That's through exhaust.
Yeah.
He's feeling it as...
All right, there's a Gale Force as the ulti comes through from Carrier, but the flash was there from Summit.
The amount of control that is available, T1 really going to have to run into it as...
Yeah, Croco and Fate moving on in here. Carrier is just going to give himself away for this one, knows that he's dead. And meanwhile, Inner Turret falls in the mid lane. As well, as you can see the Dragon just running between its two potential masters. It is going to be secured by Prince, but the Moonlight Vigil will connect. Glacial Fissure comes down, but the follow-up is not great. And T1 just going to have to let them get away. Good. Going to face check here just a little bit. He's going to continue forward. Owner is in the area. They get the flash out of effort. The chains are going to connect. Now looks for the hook, but does not find it. Faker diving in once again. It's in fact infinitely large in a lot of ways. As Owner, he's looking for Croco here on the backside, and now he's going to get delivered 3 members of Liv Sandbox. There's the Heartbreaker. Owner just taking this one by himself for now, but he does have the stopwatch. Flame Chomper's not going to connect as Effort has a stopwatch of his own, but he's still most likely going to die. Croco uses his over the wall, will keep him alive, but now he's not actually able to continue fighting. Summit in the same boat as he hops his way out of this one, and T1 with this one pick, is it enough to get
Dangerous
him?
Maelstrom
still available here as Fate does find himself the face breaker, but he's not going to be able to find his way in. Teddy with the Graviton, but no Moonlight Vigil, and T1 do just back away. Not by
using the pressure that they have available with this threatening combo.
Oh dear, Canna gonna get his face broken yet again as Summit moves on forward. There's a Slicing Maelstrom, finds himself the stopwatch, but it's not going to keep him alive, just smashed into the wall. That you're not far ahead enough to really want to go for too much more of a fight, but maybe going to be able to find something as the Lantern going to be very valuable. Prince avoids getting that last auto through. Owner was desperate for it. Still not enough to win them the team fight.
And the amount of damage that was soaked here by Effort before it actually dies is insane. Also takes a Moonlight Vigil to the face, uses his stopwatch, dodges a lot. And honestly, I would have rather seen Sandbox make a play on the Dragon here. I think that the play that they went for now is high risk, high reward. Because if you win that fight, you're golden.
Sandbox and T1 feeling the pressure. They want to be able to take this one. They burst it. It's stolen! This is the team of Steelers, and it's going to be Croco's turn this time. And now T1 try to look for the fight to salvage it. They take down both. As now the dive on forward, the Superplex is good from Fate, but he may just die, as Summit is the last man standing that has a Baron wrapping around him. I say that a little bit ahead of time, but I don't think Fate's going to survive this one. And that's exactly right. He goes golden for a moment to buy some time for his Gnar. He is still going to fall down, so that is 1 Baron, but it's a good steal. Probably going to tidy up that area of the map in the meantime. So, let's check this one out once again. Croco, bit of a hero play here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful play. Vision provided by Prince, and then Croco going in very deep, able to get that. But then the problem is, now he's stuck there on his own. Really nice zoning by Kana, even with the exhaust. Prince and Effort immediately taken extremely low, which means the cleanup for Faker and Owner is easy peasy. Another downside there is that while the play to get the Dragon was successful, it also meant that Summit was basically on halfway through his transformation already, right? Like he had been Maganov for a while it was taking the Drake, so coming in...
T1 trying to keep them in position as there's the Moonlight Vigil, a lot of damage as Prince. Faker now looking for him, he's got a huge target. I mean, Faker just needs to get in there with a couple of spells and he's dead. Teddy gonna use his QSS to stop that hook from being anything to worry about. T1 almost managing to find what they want. Faker just needs to find one more little pick, one more little corner as Canna has moved that teleport towards exactly the ward we were talking about. Prince now eating through some honey fruit as in goes Owner, and there is the Slicing Maelstrom. Canna gets rid of Prince from the team fight, but my god! Summit and Croco obliterate the bottom lane of T1! And the top side of Liv Sandbox have done their job, and now it looks like it is going to be 3 Drakes going over to Liv Sandbox.
And the trigger does get pulled, but it doesn't end well for T1, as that backline dive coming into full force. A very split up fight as Croco... Yeah.
Oh no. Faker should be able to finish him off here as, yeah, the Diana is going to fall. Owner's going to be able to get the resets, and now Fate is going to be in trouble as well. The Haymaker does absolutely nothing. Summit trying to come forward looking for more, but maybe he's just put himself in position to be taken down here. The Facebreaker is going to connect. As now Owner heartbreaks, but yeah, I think the heartbreak belongs to Summit this time around as Faker just pops to as many different directions as he is likely to go. Gnar comes down, but the drill is not going to connect onto Faker. And it's only a matter of time, and that is going to be the finish. as T1, in the end, I think find the advantage they were looking for.
A couple of kills, and then they get baited into an extended skirmish that is beautifully played out. And the reason why this goes this way is because you see the fight is split up, and it's Fate and Summit that find Carrier and the Aphelios. Yeah, it's Aphelios, you know, you're good in playing into dive when it's front to back, not when they're actually on top of you, as is the case there. And then this bot side, it obviously goes okay. Nice exhaust there immediately on Takana. Who is able to, straight up 1v2 them. Cannon at this point, and monstrously fed also as the Rabadon's finished.
He
and then
got
here,
a bit
like,
tired in the middle there, as you saw.
This is perfect. You know, just give up Croco. Just give up Croco and you're completely happy here.
Well, you're not completely happy, but you're more happy as Fate decides that, sometimes Fate decides against you. That's without the capitals.
No, I agree. And this is something that I think we've given a lot of criticism to Live Sandbox as a whole.
Baron buff still here on T1. They're pushing power very strong as Faker
is nuts. The sieging for T1 is also not great unless you find damage like that.
Yeah, Moonlight Vigil comes down. That is a lot of damage. That's going to be enough to grab themselves this inner turret.
As long as the end result is good, I don't think you're going to complain. You got to imagine as well that as Live Sandbox, if you lose this one, it's going to feel bad. Double teleport coming in.
Yeah, Fate might be met by T1 though. All 5 members now just collapsing on top of him. The Mimic Distortion will get Faker in there as he moves back to the first one, then the second one.
And while the Jinx is online, also went for Maul. So as your main win condition here, not a good place to be.
Oh no, Moonlight Vigil actually coming down as well as Teddy's just said, no, get out of the way. Effort loses the majority of his health bar just from Teddy. Pressing what, like a Q button? An R button? That was it. Didn't even need to auto him.
We are a special region, Liz.
Well, Effort may just die. No, has himself the shield. He's going to be okay in the end. I'd probably write down Faker's POG on
I already
T1
did.
pod card.
Don't worry.
Okay, beautifully done. As that has just given them a Baron. Because now without Thresh, how are you supposed to actually dive forward with impunity? Looking for Croco here. He's going to do a fair bit of damage. The Moonfall finally comes out, but it just doesn't do enough damage. Teddy gonna get redemption from the side as in goes Fate, but now he's trying to 1v1 against Teddy. Immediately he uses the QSS flash to get out of the way. The Showstopper hits the wrong target, and now Prince is in trouble. Ona just diving on top of him. The Gnar onto Ona, but he's got a GA. He's absolutely fine, and Prince not so much. No fountain for you, unfortunately, and T1 with a snap of their fingers, take down the Nexus at 47 minutes or something in this game and bring themselves to match point in this best of 5.
And that is a back-breaking loss, I think, as well for Live Sandbox, because you come off a game number 1, and that one, I think you can shake off pretty easily. Made a couple of big mistakes. Draw is important.
Supporting one another, that's exactly the important thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say, POG, pretty comfortable here. As you can see in the gold difference, it was about, 40 minutes into the game, and T1 were like, all right, we've let them suffer enough.
오케이.
타워줄게.
나를
탐밀게. 타워침.
나 타고
타워치고 있어. 나 달리너. 안 죽어.
나 탈탈게 이거.
링크스 패치 맞았어.
천천히 들어가지 마.
세트. 세트. 어우.
다 잡았어 정면 다 잡았어.
현재 그만 들어가라.
왜? 너무 좋아. 형 그냥 가. 고.
가라.
얘 노플?
노플. 베이비.
야 잠만 궁원.
오케이. 다행이다. 나이스.